us to stop it, called us unrealistic. Then suddenly you're 18, go to college for your plan B. What you want is too risky. Live for weekends and whiskey. We all got these big ideas. One day they're replaced with fear. How did we get here? Darling, don't quit your daydream. It's your life that you're making. It ain't big enough if it doesn't scare the hell out of you. If it makes you nervous, it's probably worth it. Why save it for sleep when you could be living your daydream? 31 waiting tables. She has the voice of an angel, out of money and power. She only sings in the shower. All these things we say we'll get to are shot down by the reasons not to. Darling, don't quit your daydream. It's your life that you're making. It ain't big enough if it doesn't scare the hell out of you. If it makes you nervous, it's probably worth it. Why save it for sleep when you could be living your daydream? So scared of failure that we fail to try, turning around before the finish line. Gotta fall for a minute before you can fly. So daydream, it's your life that you're making. It ain't big enough if it doesn't scare the hell out of you. If it makes you nervous, it's probably worth it. Or save it for sleep when you could be living your daydream. Why save it for sleep when you should be living your daydream?
Hello, beloveds. Welcome back. Welcome back. I was just about to respond to, but I'll just do it verbally to, I'm going to pronounce this as best as I can. Severin. Wow, that was definitely a butchering. I'm sure, darling. My sincere apologies. Your name is gorgeous. It's so incredibly unique. He says, hello from Poland, sitting with my cat and meditating. Didn't miss a meeting so far. Amazing. I'm so cats are master meditators, are they not? They're masterful energy workers. Their purrs in and of themselves hold a particular frequency that is so not only relaxing and nourishing to our nervous system, but actually a healing frequency, which is really perfect because today the I Am Source Codex we're working with is I am perfect, whole, and healed. I am perfect, whole, and healed. So when we embark on our spiritual journey, it can often feel like an endless process of fixing ourselves, right? Like as if we are broken and we are in need of repair. And the reason being is because we've now become hyper aware of the conditioning, the programming, the limiting beliefs that we have absorbed. And just really the sheer amount of reprogramming and healing and emotional mastery can often feel overwhelming. Can any of you guys relate to that? I mean, maybe not all day, every day does it feel overwhelming, but I'm guarantee we can all relate to at some point in time feeling a little overwhelmed by the work that we have to do. But what if you guys, we could switch and change our perception to recognizing that we are not flawed and we were never broken to begin with? What if we could shift and see ourselves through that lens of divine perfection as already whole and healed? what would that feel like? How would that change our reality? Because the paradox, the idea is really, honestly, that true healing begins when we stop seeing ourselves as broken. And rather, when we begin to identify ourselves as someone who is on a healing journey, returning back to wholeness, playing a temporary role in this chosen experience that we've chosen for our soul evolution. Because the truth is, you are not this human. You are not this human body. You are not this one representation of yourself. You are so much more limitless, infinite, and vast than that. So when we can begin to shift from the belief or the understanding, and again, it's the paradox of it all, you guys, right? Simultaneously, we are already perfect, whole, and healed. There's nothing that we need to change, fix about ourselves. And also, we've chosen to come into this experience of duality and polarity, this veil of forgetfulness, where we experience the heavy and dense, painful experience of life. And as master alchemists, then we transmute into our expansion. So that is what we're going to be working with. That's what we're going to be talking about even deeper here today in our journey today. And I'm just really excited. I don't know about you all, but I was chatting with Bonnie and Alondra before we hopped into this call. We were kind of setting prayers as we do before we hop in to connect with all of you. There's a lot coming up for us all. There's a lot. And today I feel Alondra, Bonnie, and I, at least we've all, maybe you feel this way too, it feels like a breath of fresh air. Spirit literally told me to put this shirt on. This shirt has like these angel wings, these kind of like butterfly wings, because I see we've all got our wings on, Bonnie. We've got our wings on. Genuinely, I put this on because yesterday I was moving through some stuff. I was feeling the heaviness. I was feeling the density. I was having stories surface that I thought I had addressed. I was having limitations that I had worked through years ago surface. I was having beliefs. I was having thoughts that I was like, whoa. And I myself had to pull out my play box, my toolbox. I went outside and I screamed, I yelled, I cried, I tapped, I talked to God. I reminded myself of who I be. But first, I let myself be human. And I let myself spiral down, down, down into the pain and really feel it and really express it. And today I genuinely feel like a butterfly that's come out of its cocoon. And I'm like, I'm ready to fly. I'm ready to soar. And also what I want to share is that, yeah, we're in here doing this work. We're in there. It is a quantum, multidimensional container of light that you can perceive, but many of us aren't in that state of perceiving it. That's what we're anchoring into. And so much of what we're moving and processing, yeah, it's our own, but it's our ancestors. It's the stuff that has been stuck and stagnant in our genetic material that is we're now creating, we're in a space of safety. We're in a space of intentionality because we've intended to do the work here. We've intended to allow what is no longer serving us to surface in love and safety, and we're willing to hold it, not reject it. And so it's like, oh, okay. Ooh, okay. What else? What else? So you guys, whatever is coming up for you during this call is one thing, but when you're out of this container, I'm guarantee you, I can feel it. I know that you guys are all experiencing, and the world around you is mirroring back to you. Again, the places and spaces that are just crying out to be loved. Because beloveds, love, 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 love is the great alchemizer. And when we suppress, repress, reject, resist, it persists. It keeps coming back. It keeps coming back. It keeps coming back. And so that's what I love is like, we're not here to spiritually bypass here. And I think we could kind of notice that too. We had Ilana yesterday sharing that she was like a 10. She was like, yeah, I'm a 10. I know that what was yesterday's source codex? I know that I'm all knowing. But then when we started to talk about it, she was like, oh, there's some stuff there. There's some resistance there. There's some parts of me that don't believe that. She went from like a 10 to a 6 and then back up to an 8 again. That's often what most of us are doing. Where most of us are running around life because we know we're one with God, we know we're divine, we know everything is happening for a reason, and then we use that as a way to feel better. Oh, that thing happened and it hurt, but everything is serving a purpose. Everything is happening exactly as it should. Yeah, that is true. That is so true. And sometimes the purpose is for you to feel pissed, angry, annoyed, frustrated, because your emotions are portals to all of the pain that you hold within you. So you might have emotion come up yesterday, right? Like I didn't know fully what the emotion, what the story was. I didn't know what the beliefs were. I didn't really know fully and understand fully what it was that was moving through my body and processing. But what I knew is that I was angry. I was pissed. I was hurt. I was sad. I was just feeling all of the feels. And so I let myself feel it. I didn't instead say, no, that's not right for me to feel that way right now. I'm holding container for others right now. I need to be my sparkliest self. Like, had I done that, I would not be able to show up in the way that I'm able to show up for you all today. Had I not gone through that, I would have been carrying that into this space with you all. And so I'm going to pat myself on the back and I'm going to give you all the biggest energetic hug and just say thank you. Thank you so incredibly much for your bravery and your willingness to do this work, not only for yourself, because what I know to be true is that if you guys are here on this call, if you have signed up for this experience, that you are processing and navigating energy, emotions for not only yourself, but for your entire family lineage, and probably even for our friends, loved ones, and the collective. So let's do a little bit of a presence practice. Actually, there's so many good comments happening over here. I want to just tap into what you guys are saying over here for a moment. Yes, Samita, I was right there with you. She says, I found a bound and caged part of my inner child in the basement of my psyche. Wow. That's amazing. Wow, that's really beautiful. I'm so glad that you were able to, it feels like a rescue, right? Like that you're able to rescue her. And the beauty is exact that type of stuff is going to happen. And Samita, that may have happened on our calls, but she may have because the work doesn't end in this container. The work doesn't end 2 hours here, an hour and a half here, hour and a half there. Like the work, you guys you carry it out into your everyday lives as you leave here. So if things are feeling sticky and crunchy and messy and emotional, that is to be expected. And congratulations, because genuinely, like you have created and cultivated enough sense of safety and intentionality in your own consciousness and being that you are ready for that. And so many of us are undergoing intense experiences right now. What I saw and noticed is that every speaker on this call, I mean, some of these people have been doing this work like as a soul service for 10, 15 plus years, yet they too are still going through difficult and challenging times right now. They're still having to make difficult decisions and they're still having to recommit to their purpose every day. They're still having to recommit to this work every day. And there's seasons, there's cycles. I love what Jonathan said last night on our Divine Mirror speaker, right? Talking about the contraction and the expansion. The contraction, he showed this beautiful video of these flowers. And each time before they open, they contract just a tiny bit. It's like a oop, oop, a flowering open. The contraction, the cyclical, the cycles, the rhythm, it is a law. If y'all remember, we went through the chakras, the heart, the law of rhythm. It is a law of our universal system. Everything is cyclical. Everything has a rhythm, like the heartbeat, the heart itself, the heart, the organ of love that we associate with love, does not just open. It opens and closes and opens and closes, because it too understands that contraction is part, a necessary part of the experience. Erica has a question. I am gifted with manifesting money, but I struggle with saving it. Insights appreciated and relevant. Erica, we're going to be talking all about abundance and super abundance next week. So I invite you to come back to that session. We'll talk about that there. And really the insight that I have for you is exactly this. We've talked about this every single day. And I actually, and if you go on social media, if you go to some of the top spiritual speakers and teachers, they're talking about this exact same thing. This is what we're all recognizing, is that if you receive abundantly, but you can't hold on to it, it's because your nervous system does not have the capacity. There's a level of safety and a lack of trust. You don't trust yourself in having that money. You don't trust yourself in spending it properly. You don't trust, there's a lack of trust and safety in your own nervous system. So you can't hold on to it. It's very common. It's very common. So your ability to, if you are a coach, if you are a mentor and you're like, I want to serve more people. I've been serving 5 people a day or 3 people a day, or my programs are at maxed out around 10, 12, 30, 20, whatever. And you want to expand. That's in your nervous system. Your nervous system has to feel safe enough for you to be able to hold space for that many people first. If you are calling in love, a partner, but part of you doesn't feel safe enough to be loved, or you've been hurt so many times and abandoned and left, and you have so much residual pain in your body, and you're like, I want love, I want love, I want love. But you keep finding these partners that are still showing you the wounds of abandonment. It's because, again, the inner work, your nervous system doesn't feel safe to truly be loved by somebody that's going to love you like you deserve it. Let me see what else we got. So many people on this call, Sun I Am, she says, so many people on this call, everyone's energies transmute on to one another. So we have to process someone's energy. Yeah. And thank you for bringing that forward, because I actually do my best for you guys to process your own energy. You know, we do create when we do calling the 4 directions, we're actually creating an energetic container around us personally. And so it is my intention and my prayer that you guys aren't necessarily processing other people's energy. And most of you are not. Most of you are not, because you don't have to. But how I see it is when we come together collectively in this energetic field, the energy of somebody else might trigger or invite the stuff inside you to surface that maybe you didn't have access to, because that's what mirrors do. That's what mirrors do. We're always mirroring back to each other. When you engage with somebody in judgment, when you engage with somebody in appreciation, love, and inspiration, you're mirroring back the places and things within you. And so, yeah, we're all becoming massive mirrors and energetically. And the beauty is, I want to share this too. We're not just exchanging and mirroring back the pain or the stuff that we have to clear. We're actually also energetically, every single person that has said yes to be here, especially those of us that are showing up live, we are actually sharing codes of awakening and wisdom. We're also sharing energies of empowerment. We're also sharing I can actually see it as like little packets of information that get delivered to each other. It's like, oh, she's got this packet of information that you need. she's got this packet of information that you need. And sometimes we hold on to these packets within our body. And then whenever we're ready, then they'll open. Sometimes we open them right away. It's like a gift and it's like, here you are. But sometimes we receive them and then they're there. And then it's like a key. It's like when the right thing happens or the right experience or thing, then it'll open for us. So there's so much being shared energetically when we come into containers like this, which is honestly is why we do this. Because the work alone, beautiful, deeply important, but the work together, also beautiful and deeply important. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You're so right, son. I am. It only shows how strong you are and people who can process it. Thank you. And ask for help and support if you need it. Ask for help and support if you need it. And that's what we're here for, too. So, okay, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a presence practice and just clear out our energy just a little bit more. So, I'm going to put a song on because I like music. Music is such a powerful way. Sound frequencies. First, there was the word. Sound is let's yes and no. I like that. Actually, yeah. Okay. I invite you all to go ahead and take a moment and close down your eyes if you're in a place and space to do so. And as you do, I want you to bring your attention, your awareness from the head into the heart. And as you land here into your heart space, just want you to notice the feeling and sense of safety. This is your soul sanctuary, the seat of your soul. This is your safe space. We're going to take some deep breaths into the heart. And I want you to feel sincere, imagine this 0 point, this little tiny point of gold light in the center of your heart space. And this is a 0 point portal, a portal directly to source energy, the perfection of who we be, Creator's love. And on each inhale, you're drawing back all of your energy, all of your power. You're reclaiming all of our energy from any people, places, spaces, realities that we've been navigating and traveling within over the past few hours. And you're going to breathe it back, magnetize it back into that heart space, into that 0 point. And then instantaneously, it's going to transmute, cleanse, and clear all of your energy and align it with source. And then on the exhales, breathing out anything that does not serve, anything that does not belong here in this now moment. Breathing out any energy that's not yours. Just coming into clarity of energy, of mind, of heart. Breathing in and breathing out. And we're going to create sacred space here and now around us and anchor into the quantum portal that we've created. That is the I am activation. Calling forth our angels, our guides of love and light, our divine team in light and spirit to be here with us now, felt within us and around us. Calling forth Source, Creator, God. Again, to be felt within us and around us. Calling in the archangels of the horizontal and vertical plane, these beautiful radiant beings of light, God's love in form, in the form of the photon. Allowing yourself to breathe in these photons of light into your DNA. Breathing in these photons, this light, God's light, love, love, light, into every cell of your being. Turning on the light switch. Feeling that electric energy move through your body. We're going to open up our crowns now and receive of this beautiful golden platinum waterfall of light. This energy of the ascension grid, this energy that comes straight from our galactic universal center. Breathing it down into and through your central channel, moving all the way down through the heart, all the way through the root chakra, and just allowing this waterfall of light to cascade down, 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 all the way to the center of Gaia. Feel yourselves as you anchor into the heart, the core of our Mother Earth. Allowing yourself to feel held, to feel supported, and to feel even more embodied in your body. You are first a spirit, but you are here having a human experience, and you can only experience it through the technology of your body. So bringing all of you into your body here and now, fully present, fully aligned, ready to receive all that is available for you here today. We lovingly pray and request and thank God and the divine for the most perfect, benevolent, loving, amazing, wonderful outcome for our day here today, for our sessions, and for the remainder of our time during the I Am activation and beyond. With so much love, appreciation, and gratitude, thank you, thank you, thank you. And blessed be, so it is. Whenever you're ready, you can open back up your eyes, coming back into the space. We're going to do. Thank you, Christoph. I did think about that. The music with the words. That wasn't the song I meant to choose. I meant to choose a different one and it picked that one. So thank you. My apologies. We're going to do one little breathing technique. I want you guys to see how quickly it is to align your energy. Zoe Davenport had mentioned, Fawn says, tears, tears. Oh, angel, sweet soul. You're such an angel. Feeling emotional, Fawn. Man, you guys, has everybody shed a tear over the last few days? Has everybody shed like at least one tear? Yeah. Hands across the board. How beautiful is it that we can welcome those tears? I don't know about you guys. There may be parts of you that still feel resistance towards crying. And sometimes I find myself when I'm like, I've got makeup or I'm presenting, I'm like, oh, I can't bawl right now. But that otherwise, tears, balm, soothe our soul. They soothe our soul. They are the waters of spirit, literally washing away the pain. Your tears are incredible. Tiffany says, no tears, but realizations. Just as powerful as tears, my love. Just as powerful. Okay, I'm really excited about today, you guys. I'm excited about every day, but today feels, I don't know, just extra sparkly and shiny and present. So yeah, we're going to do all that again. Cool. So we're going to get right into the codex for today. I am perfect, whole, and healed. I am perfect, whole, and healed. I invite you guys to say that. We're going to do that before we talk. I am perfect, whole, and healed. Say that out loud. I am perfect, whole, and healed. How true does that sound to you? How true does that feel to you? I am perfect, whole, and healed. Do you feel perfect? Do you feel whole? Do you feel healed? Is there any part of you that says, nope, definitely imperfect, definitely flawed? Erica says, I feel like a hot mess. Girl, I feel you. I feel you. Melissa says it feels natural. So I guess like a 5 or 6. Perfect. Perfectly imperfect, Jeremy says. Yes, you're already there, brother. You already know where we're going. But does all of you, Jeremy, does every part of you feel perfectly imperfect? Do you truly, truly believe every bit of you? The inner child, does the inner critic, does that part of you truly say, oh, yeah? Or, and maybe even beyond that, do you live your life every day like, oh, that's who I am? I'm perfectly imperfect. Do you show up in your fullest expression everywhere you go, unapologetically in your imperfection? And if you do, congratulations, you've been doing the work. Because I really don't believe that comes natural to any one of us. The world has literally intentionally, if I can say, it's actually been it's an intentional design. Media, society, it is constantly yelling and screaming at us how imperfect we are. The ridiculous beauty standards that are placed upon and have been placed upon us all, especially women. I grew up reading magazines that were constantly telling me how I could do better and be better. It's no wonder that we judge ourselves so harshly. Yes. So it's so natural. It's so natural for us to judge ourselves. It's so natural for us to look in the mirror and wish there was something different, wish we were more, to compare and to say, oh, she's more beautiful than I am, or she's more courageous than I am, or look at him, he's out there living his purpose. It's because he's got something that I don't. Or maybe that person with all the money, born into a really rich family, out there succeed, looking like they, the appearances of success. Oh, well, that they have that because they were given, they had a, what's the word? They're privileged, right? They were privileged to have and be born to that particular family. And so that's not possible for me. So common, so normal for parts of us to not truly actually believe, or to be in resistance even to, because it's been conditioned, it's been programmed into every cell and fiber of our being that they're. And then we go on this journey of the spiritual path, and then we're like, oh my gosh, I have all of this gunk and stuff that is stuck inside of me. I have all of these these beliefs that have been conditioned, and I didn't choose them consciously and deliberately. At least I'm not choosing. I don't want to continue choosing them. And so then we like, oh my gosh, there's so much work to do. There's so much I have to sift out of here. I've got to do the work. I've got to do the work. And even that, oh, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. It can feel exhausting. It can feel overwhelming. So how do we shift that? How do we shift it from recognizing, okay, yeah, there is work to do, but instead of it being like something we have to do, instead of it being something that it's like, oh gosh, I've got to do this, or I'm never going to live my life. I'm never going to live my purpose if I don't do all of this stuff first. What if you were always living your life? What if this work was your purpose? What if your sole purpose was doing the healing work, was doing this alchemical work? I've got chills because it is. It is, beloveds. That is what you came here to do. That is your purpose. That is your mission. And so it's not something that you have to do. It's not something that it should be. And yeah, it can feel like a lot sometimes. But we can shift the perspective. It's like, okay, I get to do this. Like, I get to be on this journey of becoming. Who do I want to be? How do I want to show up in the world? Who am I really? And how do I want to show up and express that? My unique fractal. I am a unique fractal of God. You are a unique fractal of God. And the more that we try to be like everyone else, the more that we are denying God, creator, the gift of us, of who we be, the more that we're denying the world the gift of who we be. And so how funny is it that, yeah, we're all one. It's time to not just recognize that, but to truly look through the lens of love and to see ourselves and every single person and being, even those that are the perpetrators that are out there being cruel and mean and starting, and embodying less love and more division. They just need more of our love. And so, yeah, unifying as one, and we're here to honor the God within us, the divinity within us, and our unique perfection, and honor the divinity within everybody else. So that's this beautiful celebration of our differences and our uniquenesses. So understanding that, yeah, that's the beauty of the human experience, you guys. All of you are existing in the higher dimensional planes right now. All of you are still existing. All of you are angels. There's an aspect and a part of you that is existing outside of time and space. This is your higher I am, your higher self, your God realized self that exists outside of time and space, that is existing in perfection, that is perfectly perfect. And what we do here, the healing journey, is literally a purification of the human so that we can integrate, embody that of which we truly and actually are. So we could even say that your healing is actually an illusion. Your need to heal is actually an illusion in and of itself. An illusion created by duality, polarity, in this matrix that we created that's called the Divine Earth Experiment. So the more that we can remember that, the more that we can remember, I am not this human body. I am not Lacey. I'm so much more. And again, quantum universe, right? It's not either or, it's both and more. So I am not either Lacey or divine. I am Lacey. And I'm so much more. You are so much more. So how exciting is that? How exciting is that we can now shift our perspective as to this exhaustive journey of fixing what is broken, this exhaustive journey of trying to be like everybody else, or trying to follow and adhere to beauty standards or society standards of success. And we get to rewrite the script. We are the designers, we are the architect, and we can rewrite that script. Because the ultimate truth is you're already perfect, whole, and healed. There is nothing that you need to do. There's nothing you need to hide about yourself. There's nothing you need to fix about yourself. You don't have to prove yourself, because you are already inherently worthy and perfect as you are. You're infinite. You're limitless. You're an emanation of God's source's light, birthed from a field of love and grace into physical form. You are a God. You are a goddess. You are the creator. And you did deliberately choose this experience. You knew that coming into these realms of duality that you would experience shadows, challenges, and pain, but you knew that you could do it. You knew that you could handle it. And you did it not just for you, you did it out of love for this entire freaking planet. You did it out of love for this entire universe. You did it out of love for God. You did it out of love for God's creation. You did it out of love because Creator created out of free will. And there's been a lack of free will on this planet. And so you, me, we were like, yeah, boots on the ground. Our divine team, they're like, I'm glad it's you and not us. I say that jokingly. But yeah, like y'all are the most courageous, advanced beings across the multiverse. And you raised your hand. And so many wanted to be here, but you were chosen. You were chosen because of the work you had already done. You were chosen because of the amount of love that you have in your heart. So here we are. And I say all of this not as an excuse for inaction. It's not saying I am perfect, whole and healed, so I don't have to do anything. Well, I mean, you could choose that. That's reality of your choosing. And you could run around and it seems like it would be a form of delusion if you also didn't realize that you're also having a human experience and there are also aspects and part of you that are not in alignment with that truth. Right? So that would be delusion to run around and say, I don't have to do anything. I'm already perfect. I'm already God. And y'all, there is some false light spiritual gurus out there that act that way. And there really are that aren't doing the work because they believe that they have achieved a particular level of consciousness in which they are beyond that. But that's not who we be. We know that we are, that our missions are the work. How awesome could that be, that instead of believing that you've got to do the work so that you can fulfill your mission, that instead you could realize that that is your mission. I love what Zoe had shared around, she had to completely pause her work, her mission for almost a year to take care of her mother, to be a death doula for her mother. And so she could have been like, this isn't my mission. This isn't my purpose. I'm meant to serve and support others in the spiritual spaces. But she didn't. She knew that that was her mission. That was her purpose. She knew that, and she said it was deeply challenging. And she had to recommit to it every single day to be a 24/7 caregiver to your parent, especially because she also didn't have a very close relationship. So I say that because I know there's even some people in here too, and I'm speaking to you, my loves, that they're like, for example, I had to move you had to move back to home, right? Okay, you had to move back in with your parents. And you could sit there and say, and swirl around in shame and blame and say, oh my gosh, I'm not succeeding. Oh my gosh, where did I go wrong? That I have to endure this, that I have to come back and live back with my parents. There's something wrong with me. I've done something wrong. Or you can say, oh my gosh, what a gift this is. This is the work. How incredible too, to re-engage with parents, which are, the source of much of our trauma. And I don't say trauma, I say trauma, I have a different perspective of trauma, but they are often the source of our trauma. They're the source of our conditioning, our limitations in every way, shape, or form. And what a gift that could be to re-engage with them, to be so close to these mirrors. And we can look at that in anything in our life. Zoe was talking about family, the importance of family. If you want to, I forget what she was told, but literally what she was told is like, if you want to change the world, that's what it was. Thank you. If you want to change the world, spend more time with your family, love on your family. Yeah. Tiffany says, what a gift to rewrite the script with her parents. Amazing. Thank you, love. I'm so glad that okay. So I just all of a sudden landed with what you're saying. Yeah. Like what a gift it is to move back in with your parents. I remember feeling so resistant to that. And I felt like a failure. I felt like I'd failed because I had to move back in with them. And man, I didn't have a lot of childhood memories. I didn't know I didn't have a lot of childhood memories. But when I moved back in with my parents and I have nieces and nephews and I started to see how my parents would act and respond to them, the childhood memories began to flood back in. And I was like, wow, okay. And I could just feel the immense amount of gratitude for the opportunity to live with them again and to love them and to impact their life just by my being in their space, even though they don't understand fully, even though they might not, be able to support in the way that I would love for them to, they do it in their own way the best they can. So yeah, what a gift it can be. Anything that you're navigating in your life is a gift if you allow for it to be. Perspective shifts change everything, don't they? It's like, okay, I can see this as this, or I can see this as this. You get to choose. So we've discussed a little bit about the power of judgment and criticism. Whether criticism or judgment is directed towards yourself or others or the world, judgment is a mechanism to help you identify your own limitation. All judgment is self-judgment. Everything is a mirror. So when you're judging another, it's only revealing how you judge yourself. Because this is an act of comparison and perceiving flaws. And even beyond that, it's seeing something as better than or worse than. We're going to work with that a little bit. Better than or worse than. We do that a lot, don't we? We do that a lot. We judge. We're like, oh, no. The light is better than the dark. Oh, no. Emotions of happiness, bliss, and expansion are way better than pain. We judge and we compare a lot. And I feel like there's a difference between comparison and preference. You can have a preference, but if you have an emotional charge towards what actually shows up, then that's attachment. You're attached to the outcome. So instead of judgment, we can use this awareness to go into the deeper parts of ourself that still require love. So sometimes it's really easy to know to be aware of where we judge ourselves and where we believe ourselves to be flawed or imperfect. And sometimes it's not so easy. And so again, we can let the mirror of others outside of us, or even the mirrors of how we compare ourselves, right? Oh, she's so much smarter than I am. She's so much more well-spoken than I am. Right? I wish I was like that. I wish I had that ability or confidence to show up the way she's showing up. And what I love about that is that's your soul self literally whispering to you, saying, you are that. You are that. You already are that. You just forgot. Somewhere, someone told you that you couldn't show up that way. Somewhere, someone told you that you needed to be small, you needed to be quiet. They told you to hush, don't scream, don't yell. Somewhere, somebody told you, and you created these beliefs and you started to believe, okay, I'm not that. I'm not that. And so what a gift that can be, like a gift. Our own judgments are a gift. Our own judgments when we compare ourselves to others or when we judge others. We're like, ooh, who does she think she is? Being all out there and vibrant and sparkly and dancing around all over the place, right? Like if we enter into a space, like even the way in which we perceive others, we're like, ooh, that's so telling. Again, a gift for us, showing us and maybe you don't like the word work. We often don't love that word, right? So maybe instead of it saying we're here to do the work, we can say we're here to play. We're here to play. And it can be playful and it can be fun. It really, really can. Even when it's hard, even when it's challenging, we can find the glimmers. I like that. Have y'all heard that? Glimmers versus triggers. They call them glimmers. we glimmers. Isn't that sweet? So we talk about triggers and we're like, oh, I'm so triggered. And we focus on that, right? Like we often we notice really easily the things that trigger us and bother us and make us feel uncomfortable and not safe. But what about the glimmers? What about the beautiful things in life where we're like standing outside and we see and we show up and we're at the store, at the grocery store, and we smile so big at the person and they smile back and they just share something really sweet with us. And we're like, oh my gosh, beautiful. Humanity's beautiful. The glimmers in life. Samita, you're going to have to tell me more. She says it's really hard to trust the glimmers. So I'm wondering what you mean by that. Tell me more. Because the glimmers are the beauty. The glimmers are the things that light us up. The glimmers are the things that make us feel sparkly inside. And what we focus on, we receive more of, right? What we choose to perceive in the world is what we're going to experience in the world. It makes me think of this image. There's it's like a couple memes that I've seen. There's this one though, it's two people riding a bus and one is looking out the window and it's all sunny and beautiful and the other is looking out the other side and it's just a brick wall. Or a better example, because I don't fully remember, but the better example is there's two people looking at a bee. And one of them is like, because they're afraid of getting stung. And the other goes, ooh, sweet baby, look at you, little honey producer. I love honey. And they think of honey, right? So it's like, it's our perception. I love bees. I love them so incredibly much. Bonnie does too. And I'm not, and so again, our perception becomes our reality. So I want to talk a little bit about healing from an energetic and cellular level. So true healing is about realignment. It's about bringing the subconscious body, mostly our lower three chakras, where the trauma is stored, into harmony with the higher consciousness of our soul, our monadic oversoul, and our I am presence. The organic human genetic blueprint is based off of a 12 stranded DNA and a 12 tree grid. Some of you might know the Kabbalistic grid. It's 10, 11 with the Sephiroth. 12 is the original organic blueprint. And so when we align with the knowledge of our original template, I go up, and I know, but I really mean within, because it's really inside of our heart. When we realign with that knowledge, we reconnect with our higher intelligence. And it's like everything that's not in resonance, again, it comes to the surface so it can clear. And so we experience beliefs, habits, lifestyles, and things that fragment our soul, create disassociation, create a split in our mental, emotional, and spiritual layers, disconnecting us from our light body, disrupting our harmonious function. All disease at a physical level is energetic. It's mental, it's emotional. It starts in the higher planes and it reverberates down to the physical. The physical is the final manifestation. The physical is like, you weren't listening well enough elsewhere, so now we got to show up visceral and real. And so when we even see, like, the body keeps the score, understanding trauma and how it gets stored in our nervous system, when we begin to see our health through that lens, through it not being just physical, but holistic health, that's how we truly heal. We don't heal by simply treating the symptom. The pain in your body is the symptom. And just masking it with medication and things, that you're not really getting to the root, the core of what's really going on. We've got something called the pain body. Our pain body, it accumulates our unprocessed emotional and trauma from the past, the present, and even future timelines. And when it's left unhealed, it creates energetic blocks, literal walls of separation, disconnecting us from our higher light and faculties, disconnecting us from our superhuman abilities. And so the act of healing is the reclamation of wholeness. It's retrieving of these lost, fragmented parts of our consciousness. And at a cellular level, cells are sentient. Everything is sentient. And our cells are they're communicating and responding to our environment. And so now epigenetics, if you're not familiar with epigenetics, man, there's a book called Inheritance, How Our Genes Create Our Life. Really good book. Epigenetically, we now realize that, again, just because you have the signature of cancer or the gene of cancer doesn't mean it's going to show up in your body or in your experience. It is your environment that flips that switch on for it to start expressing. And so how wild is that to think? Again, like, okay, cancer shows up in your world. The evaluation isn't necessarily what can I change diet wise. Yes, that too. But it's also what stressors in my life can I eliminate? There was this beautiful example of a man who was, I forget what country he was from. I want to say maybe Turkey. It feels right. And he lived here in the United States in a really highly populated city around a lot of pollution in the American lifestyle, which the American lifestyle is without a doubt one of the highest stress lifestyles across the globe. And he was living here in America and he was incredibly stressed and he got cancer and he was told that he had 6 months to live. And he decided that in those 6 months that he was going to go back to his home country and live out his final 6 months there. He goes back to his home country. And in this documentary, the man, he was going to die at 63. He was in his 80s, cancer-free, told he had 6 months, but simply by eliminating the stress, changing his environment, changing his food, he changed his genetic expression. How amazing is that? Epigenetics. And so our body, our cells also use light to communicate with each other. We talked a little bit yesterday about how there is a component, we are made of light, crystallized light, an illusion of physicality, because we aren't really physical. We're made of crystallized light. And so she's not speaking this year, but she's a real dear friend, Brooklyn Rain. She talked on the I Am Activation year 1 and year 2. She had extreme health issues, skin, digestive, like all sorts of things that were showing essentially, right? Like they, what is it called when our body's not just cancer, but like Crohn's disease and Lyme's disease. I forget what those are termed. I don't know why that term is missing, but those types of disease where our body starts to attack itself, like its own immune system, autoimmune. Thank you. I'm like immune system, autoimmune. So yeah, those types of diseases. So that's what she was experiencing. And it was showing up in all sorts of forms in her body. And she started meditating and started communicating to her divine team, and they told her light. And she bought this device, does light therapy, different colors, not just red light, but lots of different colors. And she healed completely just with light therapy. And I say these things to excite and inspire you guys. I do. And there's not a one size fits all prescription to our healing journey. There's not. Light might have worked for her. Changing his environment might have worked for him. I want to bring something else to the table here. And Tom Moore, who is actually our speaker this afternoon, he talks a lot about this in his newsletters. He's just an incredible wealth of knowledge. Some of us might have illnesses or sicknesses or disabilities that we chose for this lifetime as part of our life experience. And I say that because I was working with a woman who wanted more than anything in the world to heal fully from being bedridden. And we worked for a while, and it came in very clear to me that that was actually what she chose for this life. And it was so hard to like accept that for me, and to then and I, because I knew it was going to be hard for her to accept. And so yeah, I guess I share that because I can guarantee you some of us are going to be navigating challenges as it relates to health or disabilities. And I don't want you guys to again go on this exhaustive journey of trying to heal, and then it not healing, and or it not going, what it not receiving the transformation or change that you were wanting, and then being hard on yourself and thinking you did something wrong. Because, and the way we can really look at that is say, okay, what does this experience offer me? What are the gifts that I have from this experience? This particular life experience that I've chosen, what could I learn from this? And honestly, that in and of itself can sometimes just be what you need to accept the learning experience. Like, oh, okay, that's what it's for. That's why I have this, or this is why I'm navigating this. And sometimes that's all it is. And it's like, lesson learned, done. You don't need that anymore. But yeah, allowing yourself to go deep into, or allowing yourself to come into radical acceptance of what is sometimes is the key to the transformation that you need. So yeah, I just wanted to share that because sometimes there might be something that you're experiencing that is meant to be part of your experience. So disease, trauma, emotional distress, a lot of that stems from a lack of light within the body. And when I say lack of light, that's a lack of light being able to flow through your body. Because we, again, have the pain body that stores this trauma, this emotion, and it gets stored in our nervous system, it gets stored in our organs, it gets stored in our fascia, it gets stored in our cells and our DNA. And then we can't fully connect to our full being. So the healing process is awareness. First, we've got to be aware. Awareness is the first thing for everything, right? Awareness, knowledge of what is there. The second piece is acceptance, accepting it, not rejecting it, not resisting it, not being, and again, it's part of the healing journey, but not being angry at it, not saying, why me, but instead accepting it as it is. And then the next piece is love. It's not easy to go from awareness to love. If you've tried to do that, oof, you're missing an important step, because we've got to feel the emotions that we feel, the anger, the frustration, all of that stuff. It's feel it. And then only then can you oftentimes move into acceptance and then into love. And when I say love, I mean, man, I'm so glad that happened to me, or I'm so glad I went through that, because look at who I am now because of it. Look at what I've gotten to experience because of it. There was a woman that I was so blessed to work with, and like me and many of us here, she experienced sexual trauma and she was raped. And she spent most of her life in anger and why me, and victim consciousness. And as she began to go on her healing journey and she began to heal her relationship and to herself, right? First and foremost, not blaming herself, not blaming God, and not blaming other, and moved into the frequency of love and appreciation and understanding. She then took that pain and turned it into her purpose, her power. And now guess what she's doing? She's serving and supporting women who have been through what she's been through, exactly what she's been through. And the level of fulfillment and joy and bliss that she receives in being able to help those women far outweighs the pain of the trauma that she experienced. And literally, she went from victim to thank you. Thank you. That's the power of what we're here to do, not just here in this container, but on this planet. Transmuting pain to love. Yeah. Man, I'm just so touched by how many of you in here are sharing very vulnerably about your own experiences with Lyme disease, whether it be healing it completely or healing it at 90% through metaphysical means. Can we just applaud, love, sparkle fingers to each and every one of you? That is incredible. I mean, wow. And if you're still in the middle of it, we send you sparkle fingers and love and so much compassion for what you're going through, and strength and courage and confidence. And may you know at the core of your being that what you're going through serves a greater purpose. May you so, so deeply know that you're going to come out of this. And on the other side, you're going to get your pink back. You're going to get your sparkle back. And there will be a moment where you're going to be like, that was worth it. That was so worth it. You guys, you are not broken. There's nothing that you need to fix about you. There's nothing that you need to hide. All of you is perfect exactly as you are. Nothing that you've experienced, nothing that you've navigated isn't something that every single one of us are also going through. Self-rejection, even self-loathing, even self-hating. Bet you we've all been there. Judgment, we've all been there. Hard, difficult experiences with loved ones, not feeling loved, not feeling appreciated, not feeling supported, feeling abandoned and left. We've all been there. Yeah, Fon says, yeah, wow, it was needed. It was needed. So we're all on this journey of remembrance. We're all on this beautiful journey of remembrance. Remembering what's true, remembering what's real, remembering who we really are. And beloveds, if you are navigating a difficult and challenging time right now, as I'm pretty sure we all have some area of our life, maybe not the whole life, but one particular area that we're like, oh, I wish, or I'm excited for when that I'm on the other side of that, or when I've experienced a breakthrough, or when I'm experiencing this. We're all going through something right now. And if you have, because I know y'all do, big dreams, if you're like, I want a divine union, I want love, I want a loving partner. If you're like, man, I know that I'm here to serve, and you're starting to get the whispers of service planted into your heart and soul, and spirit's like, ooh, I want you to step up and step out and help people. Or if you're You're already helping people. And spirit's like, yeah, it's time to serve more. It's time to create something new. It's time to create a bigger container. It doesn't matter what it is that you're calling forward for your life. On the other side of that, because it's by design, there's going to be pain, trauma, hurt, limitation. There's going to be the little girl inside of you or the little boy inside of you or the inner critic inside of you that says, you're not worthy of that. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not courageous enough. You're not capable enough. You're not enough. And not only are you not enough, you're not worthy. You don't deserve it because you're a bad person, because you've done bad things in your life. And so you're not worthy of that. You don't deserve it. All those things that you desire, and you can't do it anyways. And it might be small, it might be quiet, or you might not even have heard it yet, but it's there. Because the reality is if you're not experiencing it, what it is that you want to be experiencing, the only reason for that is because this body isn't ready for it, because your nervous system is not ready for it, and because there are things stuck inside of you that say, nope, 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 not safe to receive. I'm not worthy of that. I can't receive that. I'm not good enough for that. Yes, Tiffany. She says, I want community and I feel it here with y'all. Oh, Angel, I'm so glad. Which is a perfect segue into, and I'm going to share it before we go into our practice. We are going to go over. I'm so sorry. I love you guys. I definitely should put 2 hours in our calendar moving forward because it's just too much goodness. So we're going to go into the practice around perfect, whole, and healed, judgment, unworthiness, and all of that stuff. But before we get there, I just want to show you guys what God created with me, what I created with the divine to support you, some of you. It's not for everyone. I know it's not for everybody, but it's definitely for some of you here. And I already can start to feel into who it is for. And I can already sense and feel this literally, you guys were in my field before it was created because I prayed for you. I prayed deeply for you. I said, God, there is a group of people out there. There's a group of men and women out there that are here to do amazing, beautiful, expansive things. And they are stuck in non-action and they are stuck in limitation and they're spinning their wheels because they don't think they're good enough for that. And that breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. And so we're not meant to do it together. We're not. We're meant to do it in community. We're meant to do it together. We're meant to be seen and reflected. And so if you've been praying for, if you've been craving community, if you've been craving just support, if you're like, look, I know that these tools exist. I've had them for years, but you're not doing it because you don't feel supported. You don't feel held. You just don't have the energy. I get it. I've been there. I've been through depression. I know what it's like to know what to do, but to not have the motivation to do it. I know what it's like to self-sabotage. I know what it's like to suppress with addiction. All forms of addiction. I know what it's like. I've battled it all. And and I'd say battle with love. It's a sparring match. I've been sparring with it all. So that's why I created this container, because maybe you felt like me. Maybe you feel like me right now, where I know that we're not meant to do it alone. We never were. And that's what soul alchemy is. Soul alchemy is for those that are like, I'm ready. I'm ready for a breakthrough. It doesn't matter what area of your life you're ready for that breakthrough in, because we're going to all share it together. We're going to get really clear. What breakthrough do I want? What do I want to create? What would be the most amazing thing that I could birth into the world? What would bring me the greatest joy, fulfillment, expansion for my life? And then we're going to decide that, anchor that, share that vulnerably with each other so we can hold each other in so much love. And then we're going to do the work so that we can receive it. We're going to do the work so that we can be an energetic match for it. By setting that intention, it's going to inform the work over the next 7-8 weeks that we all do together. And so this is a 7-week, it's really actually 8 weeks technically, but it's a 7-8 week breakthrough accelerator and miracle manifester. And I don't use the term miracle lightly. I do believe that we are capable of manifesting and co-creating miracles with the divine. And I really, really was hesitant because I don't like to overpromise. But Spirit was like, no, you guys are creating miracles. Like there will be miraculous things that you guys are going to be blown away. And you're going to look at each other and you're going to cry together because of joy and happiness over what has manifested for each other. There's also an online angelic Reiki healing retreat. We'll go into that. But this is, again, 7 weeks of devotional work. This is energetic mastery at all levels. Spiritual mastery, mental mastery, emotional mastery, and physical mastery. Holistic healing for transformation. We're going to anchor our intentions, and then we're going to get real with what's holding us back, and we're going to do the work together. This is the path of transformation. And so does this sound like you? Do you feel like you are spinning your wheels and you're just not getting anywhere? Do you feel like your deepest desires and your dream life are on back order? Like you've been calling it forward and you've been visualizing and doing the vision boards and it's still not here. And you're just like, why? I've been calling forward this love. I've been calling forward greater purpose. I've been calling forward changes, but they're not here. Maybe you feel unsure about what direction to take and you're afraid of making the wrong choice. Maybe you struggle to stick to routine and to motivate yourself and you're just craving support and accountability and guidance. Maybe you know all the things, because y'all do, but you struggle to actually take action. Or maybe you're just waiting for the right time to prioritize your healing or to prioritize your dreams. Or maybe you just want to learn how to be your own coach, your own mentor, your own healer. And the final thing is maybe you are just craving community. Maybe you are craving others that see you, that love you, that support you so that you can cultivate trust again. Because again, fear is a lack of trust in self, in other, in the divine. And so when we move from fear into trust, anything that happens, anything that life throws your way, you're going to live in radical confidence. I've got this. I've got this. How amazing would that be to have that level of confidence that you've got you and the divine has got you and that you've got this amazing community that's got your back. Because what I know, you guys, is over those 7 weeks, over these 8 weeks, when you start to anchor in your dreams, your desires, and then everything that's not aligned with that is going to surface. And it's not going to be just during our calls and our time together. It's going to be outside of that. So we're going to have a group chat where we're going to be in constant communication, pouring love into each other. So in real time, you can receive support outside of our calls. And not just that, but we have 4 calls a week. 4. Sounds like a lot. It is. Because this is an accelerator. This is an intensive program. We're here to do the work. Can you create miracles in 7 weeks? Heck yes, you can. Heck yes, you can. Can you create massive transformation in 7 weeks? Can you change new habits in 7 weeks? Yes. Can you anchor safety in your nervous system and trust in yourself? Yes. It's building the foundation. This is a big year, you guys. This is the year of transformation. It's a snake year. And if you've been doing this work for 15 years, it doesn't mean that you aren't still doing the work. That's the beauty. And that's why I love this program, is that it's serving those that have the tools, those that want the tools, those that have been doing the work for 2 years, and those that have been doing the work for 15 years. It's going to meet every single one of us exactly where we are. the information, the structure, the tools, the practice, the soul family support and accountability that you need. Because you guys, I studied transformation. I know what it takes to create real and lasting transformation in our lives. And that's what I've created in this program: information, structure, tools, support, accountability. So we've got 7 wisdom teaching calls where you're going to learn the concepts, learn the science, learn the techniques. You're going to have weekly home play exercises, journaling, reflection, prompted practices, things to help you continue integrating. We're going to have 7 somatic healing circles, group healing, where we're going to be doing the work, guided exercises, both as a group together and breakout sessions. We're going to have 14, what I'm calling light worker prayer circles. We could call them earth angel circles, which are literally a safe space to come, talk, share, connect, and ask for guidance, not just from each other, but from the divine. This is like your Power of 8 circle. If you're familiar with Lynn McTaggart and her body of work, man, you guys, if we get 22, 33 of us in a container, all sending loving energy to our intentions together, whew, that's the miracles. That's the miracles. That's where the miracles come. All of us saying, God, source, creator, divine, may you grant Bonnie, may you grant Nita, may you grant Paul the compassion, the love, the peace that he or her are needing right now. May you help them and support them and guide them. May you hold them. May you bring forth their greatest prayerful intentions for their life. We all get to send that energy collectively together and amplify, and then also hold each other through the pain, hold each other through what's coming up. So we're going to have 2 calls a week that are Lightworker prayer circles, and then angelic Reiki certification. So this is a 3-day online healing retreat and mastery training, energy mastery training. You are going to be learning how to work with, connect to, and channel higher dimensional beings of love, angels, ascended masters, and God source creator itself. And you're going to learn, you're going to be fine tuning your psychic skills, because you're going to learn how to connect with them. You're going to learn how to feel the different energies and frequencies. Some of you you're going to see these different beings as they show up. Third eyes are going to open, but hearts are going to open. And the beautiful thing about angelic Reiki is that giving is receiving. We literally just become channels and conduits for the highest, purest frequencies of light to flow through our being. And if light is love and love is light and love is the coherent healing energy of all reality, you all of a sudden, it brings all discoherence, all separation into unity. So you're going to learn how to channel this energy. You're going to learn how to open up your channel and how to communicate directly with spirit, with God, with the divine, with your guides, your teams. It's beyond just becoming a channel for healing energy. It's learning how to work directly with them on your own. That, when I learned that in 2017, that's when my whole journey started to, it was like super drive for me, was this practice, this modality, and really just remembering that divine connection and learning how to work in co-creation with the higher dimensional planes and realms outside of time and space. You will be certified in angelic Reiki 1 and 2. You will then have a certificate, a modality, a means to further support others in your life, whether you be a coach, a mentor already, or you want to facilitate healing experiences for others. You will have a certification and the confidence, and we're going to practice with each other. So when you show up at this retreat, you are receiving because you're practicing, you're receiving, but you're also going to be giving to other people. And so there you're going to be, it's a 3 days of literally just swimming in the most yummy, beautiful energies and frequencies that you can, while fine tuning your psychic skills and while getting to know each other better. And how it works. And I'm kind of, oh, where do we go? Oh, where's my, okay, there we go. That was an old one. I was like, what's happening here? I added sections to this for you guys. So here we go. So our schedule is as follows. We get started with the angelic Reiki training first. It's going to be a 3-day weekend, April 3rd through 5th. Friday from like 4 to 7, and then Saturday and Sun and that central time. And we can adjust, but yeah. And then Saturday and Sunday, kind of all day from 10 a.m. to usually about 4 p.m. So about 6 hours with breaks. And then we have a little bit of a break. You guys are going to need that. You're going to integrate. And then we get started on April 14th for the 7-week accelerator. April 14th, 4 calls a week till May 30th. Mondays are the prayer circles and Fridays are the prayer circles. I'm not tied to these times. I'm just going to let you guys know. As of right now, we have the prayer circle scheduled for Monday night. And then we have a prayer circle scheduled for Friday morning. Then Tuesdays around 11:1, depending on where you're at, are going to be the wisdom teaching calls. And Thursdays are the somatic healing circles. Again, not necessarily tied to these times, but the dates I am tied to. Mondays and Fridays, we're going to bookend our week with prayer and connection and fellowship. Fellowship, New Earth style, Starseed style. And then and all of these calls will be recorded. All of them will be in a beautiful, nice replay portal. You'll have access to all of it forevermore. So that is the kind of schedule, that is the layout, that is what is included. You can see the different modules here and what we're going to be going into: trauma, nervous system, deeper self-love, inner child healing, masculine and feminine energy. We didn't get to go into that very much this year, but we're going to be working with our inner masculine and inner feminine, because everyone has inner masculine and feminine energies. And that is the original kind of dualistic separation. And so when we begin to heal then we come into balance, coherence, and harmony. Christ consciousness, fifth dimensional consciousness, is quite literally the Merkaba. If you know that sacred geometry, it's actually essentially this geometry you can see right here. This is Metatron's cube, but if you've got the two triangles, the upwards and downward, that's the feminine and the masculine. The Merkaba is the light body vehicle of fifth dimensional Christ consciousness. And it's literally a merging and a balancing of the masculine and feminine. So it is a non-negotiable to balance those energies for ascension. So we're going to be working with that. We're going to be doing ancestral healing work, and we're going to be doing past life, multidimensional healing work. We're going to be rewriting timelines. We're going to be canceling, clearing contracts. I mean, this is actually really advanced, you guys. I don't even do a lot of this work in my New Earth Ascension Academy. I have a 6-month program that is it's called New Earth Ascension Academy. I'll have that later this year. So I'll share that with you guys then. But if you are like, all of this is really amazing, but I want like real in depth, like if you want real depth, lots of information, then the New Earth Ascension Academy, we go real deep into a lot of places. But even then, I don't really quite go too much into the rewriting. I'm going to teach you guys how to do this work. I'm going to teach you guys how to rewrite timelines, collapse timelines, choose new realities, literally. I'm going to teach you guys how to communicate with other dimensional aspects of yourself. And you can do this work for your family too. You can do this work for your loved ones too. And then week 7 is where we really get into quantum co-creation, right? So we set forth our intention of what we're wanting to clear. We do the work. And then week 7, before you guys go, it's like, okay, what are the next steps? Where am I going from here? And how do we're going to go through the universal laws of quantum co-creation. Some of these it's way beyond the law of attraction, you guys. That is such a simplified, and in fact, the law of attraction isn't even a universal law. It is a principle. It's a subtext principle of the true universal laws. So I'm really big on this stuff. So we're going to get really clear on how do we create consciously and deliberately with source as source, and we're going to be working on our intuitive development. We're going to be working on our psychic skills. That is so important for me. And that has been, we've got lots of sirens going by. Sending love to wherever they're headed. And so, yeah. How does that feel? How does that sound? So this program It's funny. I had to update the website yesterday because there was a lot of stuff that was old stuff that got moved around. But this program, man, you guys, 7 weeks plus the angelic Reiki training. So 8 weeks, 7 modules, 7 healing circles, 14 prayer circles. Most 7 week programs, 8 week programs, you get one call. One, that is it. And they cost the exact same as this. 4 calls. And do you have to show up for all of them? No, absolutely not. That's why we've got multiple prayer circles a week. So we can try to get different timelines, time zones. I mean, but the value of this in comparison to what I've charged and for all of my programs and offerings is about $3,000. The price, like actual price that Spirit said to charge, was $1,444. It's funny because I had $1,222 and I don't know where that came from yesterday, but it was always $1,444. $1,444, the 144,000. It's a harmonic of the 144. Well, then because I want to make this accessible to everybody that feels the yes in their body. It's not for everybody. It's not. There's other coaches and mentors that might be better suited for some of you. But some of you are going to know. Some of you, that's why we did it yesterday, the tuning into your yes and your no. Some of you are going to know this is for me. I feel it, it sounds exciting. It sounds inspiring. I feel a call. I feel a pull. Some of you might pray about it. I recommend that and ask for a sign. Is this meant for me? And some of you are just going to know. And if you are one of those people, then I want to reward you. I want to reward you for following your inner yes. And that reward is to receive this fast action bonus to get another $556 off so that the total amount only comes out to $888 or 6 payments of $666, which comes out to under $150 a week. And I guess that's if I do 7 weeks. If you divide it by 8 weeks with the angelic Reiki, then it's a lot less, $100 a week. So normally my angelic Reiki training, we've got, I think, 4 people in here that have taken that. All my little earth angels well, not mine. Yeah, mine. Yes. Thank you. They're like, y'all are all earth angels together. You're earth angel cohort. You're each other's earth angels. So normally that costs $444. And many of the people in this space, that's exactly what they paid. So for this to be, for the 3-day retreat alone to be $444, and then for double that, for you to get that many weeks of support, love, guidance, community connection. I mean, I really hope and pray that these numbers work. And I will say, if there is anybody that still feels that this is a stretch for them and you are a full yes, reach out to me. I do have a number of partial scholarships on a case-by-case basis that I want to offer. And the other piece is if there is anybody that is living and making money in your more underdeveloped, underserved country where the exchange rate is pretty extreme. For example, last year, I had one of Miss Tez, she was from Africa. And so it just exchange rate and money. So I will adjust pricing accordingly. So in other words, I'm no barrier, as little barrier to entry as I possibly can create for you guys. I know at the very minimum, many of you can come up with 166 if you're like a full yes over this weekend. So this offer for the additional fast action bonus is going to be over on Sunday. It's going to be at Sunday night I wrote it somewhere. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, Sunday night. That particular offer will be over. And the price will increase after Sunday. So again, this is my invitation for you guys, for those that know fully in their body that they're a yes. I will open my calendar in the next couple of weeks for anybody that doesn't that isn't sure, that wants to talk more about it, has maybe some questions, but you won't have the fast action bonus available. So this is also my gift to you if you don't require a phone call. Because last year I had over 100 calls and it was a lot. It was a lot. So this year I'm trying to inspire you guys to make choices and decisions. So we've got some testimonials, we've got some facts. If you can't make the live calls, then don't worry, it'll all be recorded. If you can't make it to the angelic Reiki training, don't worry. I'll have future trainings that you can be involved in. If you're going to miss a week here and there, don't worry. You can still be a part of this. Even just energetically being in the container is going to be massively transforming. The calls, where did I put that? Yeah, here. So the Lightworker circles are going to be around an hour long. The wisdom teaching calls are going to be about 2 hours long, and the somatic healing circles are going to be, we have 90 minutes in here, but candidly, I think they're going to be about 2 hours. I struggle doing anything under 2 hours. So let me know if you have any questions around any of this. I'm happy to answer. I'm going to stop share. There's a lot of comments over here that I haven't gotten to see because I've been on share screen. Where will there be replays? Yes, replays of everything. And it'll all be in a beautiful replay portal, just like this event is. So you'll have access to it all. It'll keep track of as you go through it. So you'll know what you've done or haven't done. So yes, yes, yes. It all will be done remotely, Erica. Everything will be remote. Everything will be online. There's the link. Awesome. The fast action bonus does include the prayer circles. Yes. Oh, you're on it. Alondra. Thank you, Angel. My angel over there in the corner. I so appreciate you. Thank you, darling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Were there any other questions that, yeah. If you guys want to talk again, totally. I'll open my calendar and I'll let you know when it's open and I'll send that link, but I won't share that with you guys until next week. And, okay. I'm going to sit with it. There's another freebie that I can feel coming through, and I don't know what it is yet. I don't know if it's going to be a one-on-one session or like a group session. So I'm going to feel into what that looks like. I can't click on the click for payment. Oh, what? Let me see. Weird. Okay. Well, nobody can sign up. Okay, it works at top. It works up top. Okay, so it works at one of the other links. The other links do work. You've got the one, if you go to the other link, you've got one-time payment or the 6 total biweekly payments. I will get that fixed after we get off this call. Thank you so much, Alondra. I'll get that fixed. So if anyone's like, yep, I'm in today, right now, you can click on the other links up top, and the payment options are for right now, with this fast action bonus, are one payment of $888 or 6 total biweekly payments of $166. And again, if you feel that you might qualify for any financial assistance, please reach out to me directly and we'll start chatting. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Emily. The payment works at the other buttons. I appreciate you guys. Great question, Arno. What is the difference between angelic Reiki and other Reiki? I do have experience with UC Reiki. So the difference is a few different things. One, where the energies are coming from. Traditional Reiki, the energies are, I find, to be more earthly. They work at more of a physical level, maybe emotional level, where angelic Reiki works at a multidimensional level. It's literally, you actually put yourself in a quantum bubble outside of time and space so that you can work with other lifetimes, multidimensional lifetimes. Also, one of the main differences is the source of the energy and the source of the attunements. Traditional Reiki, the attunements are done, it's like teacher attunes student attunes next person. Whereas this Reiki, the archangels are doing the attunements. I am speaking the words, they're doing the work. And so there's no like filter. It's not being filtered through me and my being. It's coming directly from the divine. This was a type of Reiki that was channeled by Kevin Core back in 2006, I think. And I'm going to be real with you guys. I teach it a little bit different than how I learned it because like all things, right? We take what we receive, and then we're like, okay, how can I make this better? How can I make this even more impactful or powerful? How can I bring in the other knowledge that I have around energetic mastery and energy work? So those are some of the differences with traditional Reiki versus angelic. Also, giving is receiving. Like when you finish an angelic Reiki session, you feel energized, lit up, and inspired because you just received a huge amount of light through your body. When you do the other sessions, I used to find that I felt drained. I felt like my own life force was being given to the situation versus being a clear channel and conduit. Also, the difference is that you're becoming more psychically attuned to these higher dimensional beings. So if that's something that excites you, then it's a great way to learn and improve and practice your psychic skills. Whew, okay, so sorry that last week doesn't work, link doesn't work, but the other ones do. So if anybody's like, I am in, I'm ready, I feel like there's going to be another fast action bonus that I'm going to bring through. So any other questions for now? Let me see. Thank you guys for your grace. I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm a one person team with one angel with Alondra. I haven't yet stepped into the realm of having assistance and support and stuff. So I do it all my own. So thank you for your grace and love. All right. We'll talk more about the program in the coming days. I just really wanted to get as much information as I could in your hands so you could really feel into and start to pray about whether or not this is right for you. I don't believe in pressure sales. I don't come from lack. This is going to be for who it's for. And you guys are going to know, you're going to feel in your heart, body, and soul. And the other thing I know to be true is that there's a particular constellation of souls that are going to come together. Every time it's like, oh, soul family. And all of a sudden, these incredible relationships and friendships that have lasted lifetimes, eons, are reignited and remembered. And so the people that come together in these containers were meant to meet each other. We're meant to remember each other. It's like best friends. My container last year for the New Earth Ascension Academy, they talk all the time. I'm still in the group chat. And one of the women asked just this week for some emotional help and support. And the other woman was like, yes. And they all talked and fed into her and supported her. And then one of the girls even said, yeah, if you want to get on a call, let's talk about it. Like those are the kind of friendships that are created, friendships that last, that have been for lifetimes and will last a lifetime. That's the level of support. That's the level of love. When we tell our stories, when we share our most vulnerable, stories, the parts and pieces of us that we feel shame around, we heal. And so these become those safe spaces, and we get to know each other because we're sharing vulnerably our most painful things. And so it's just so beautiful, and it never fails. One person will be experiencing something and somebody else will. And when I say constellation of souls, I have to bring this forward because this is really funny. I'm very tickled by this. I say the perfect constellation of souls. Again, you guys will know. Last year, I had these two women that signed up. One of them signed up the very, very, very final last day. And we go to the opening ceremony, the opening call. And she was like, oh, my sister's in the group. And I'm thinking spiritual sister, because she used a different last name. 3 calls into it, I find out it's her biological sister. I had 2 biological sisters sign up for the program and neither of them knew that they were signing up for it. Come to find out, they lost their mother in that container while we were journeying together. And Zoe even shared talking about losing your mom, your birth mother, especially. So these 2 sisters lived in different parts of the world or different parts of the US and didn't talk as much. And now they're in the same container together and happen to go through something really challenging together in a container. I mean, I can't like that's a miracle to me. That to me, that's a miracle. I don't know about you guys and what your definition of miracle is, but to me, that's a miracle to have these two sisters come together and then to be held and supported together, and their relationship, their relationship blossomed and bloomed, and they grew closer because they had this container and because of what they were navigating. So it was really beautiful. So that's the type of beautiful, yummy things that unfold. Like that's the level of intentionality that spirit has about bringing people together. And that is the perfect segue to bring up one of my most favorite people in the world, Miss Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. How are you?
I am good.
I'm gonna spotlight you here with me. Hi,
Can you
darling.
hear me?
I can
You
perfectly.
can. Wonderful. I put in my headset to make sure.
Yeah, you sound real good now.
Okay. Awesome.
Bonnie, thank you so much for agreeing to come on. You guys, I wanted to introduce you to Bonnie because me and this woman met in the most miraculous, divine way. Again, a miracle. To me, I define that as a miracle. Here, and should I tell? Do you want to tell? I'll tell. I'll lead in and I'll let you pick up where I was at. So Bonnie and I we both live in the same area of town, and we both sometimes go to the same farmers market. And I heard a very clear yes of going to the farmers market that day. And here I am over in the mushroom area looking at lion's mane mushrooms. And this sparkly woman with her husband are standing there. And I'm going to say this, and I know you're not going to take any offense to it, but see how sparkly she is now? Not so sparkly that day. Not so sparkly. She was, she was sparkly and happy and beautiful and thrilled, but she was navigating some really difficult things. She was navigating a challenging time. And here we are, we're connecting, and we connected so beautifully over mushrooms and the lion's mane and how it has supported her. And we exchanged information. And she found herself attending last year's I Am activation, and we got to connect. And now we've just bloomed and blossomed. So Bonnie,
Yeah.
it was a gift from God that we were brought together. I truly believe.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question.
So I would love for you to share just a little bit about what you were going through and what you were and what you've navigated and the change and transformation that you've undergone over this last year, because this last year I know has been pretty profound for you.
It has. It has. Is the group done? Have people been dismissed to go on? And then I'm not going to just be stopping people from
No,
leaving and going back to work. Okay,
yeah.
awesome. Um, I can say without a doubt that my coming across this lovely angel was purely divine. I I like to say I'm a baby in the spiritual world. Um, now I know the opposite. I've
Mhm.
actually been here for a very long time. Um, I this past New Year, I found myself in a state of dysregulation, I guess, and it was essentially an accumulation of unresolved trauma. I don't know if that would be a good way of saying it, but it was just things that had built up. And I feel like we find ourselves in those places sometimes, and you don't know what to do with it. And I have a very loving family, a wonderful husband, fantastic children. But even in the very best worlds, we can accumulate and accumulate. And we don't even always know where that accumulation is coming from. It just built up. And I found myself, I was trying to think this morning, she asked me if I would speak. And I was thinking, how do I describe the state I was in? And the only way that I could really describe it was like the height of a hiccup, when you're just in this
Mm.
and you don't and it's like you don't know how to breathe, and you're kind of under the water, um and I wouldn't I don't know, I guess there were things that kind of triggered it to finally break, but I broke. And that was on New Year's. It was kind of a punch to the gut. And New Year's is a time of new. And I found myself at a spot where No, my birthday was January 11th, and I'm blowing out the candles and I'm saying, okay, God, if I'm going to live to be 100, because that's a goal, um, something has to change. I need oxygen if I'm going to keep going. Would you please put something in my path that will bring me forward? I'm stuck. I mean, I literally was in this, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. On my birthday, I asked my husband, can we go to the farmer's market? Can we go to the farmer's market? And we hadn't been in probably a year.
Oh,
And um, lo and behold, I go and I'm talking to the mushroom guy, and I'm rather chatty, and I'm talking to the mushroom guy, and I feel this person is behind me, and I'm always worried about someone being stuck behind me and I'm holding them up and they're angry because I feel everyone's energy. And I didn't feel that. I just felt like there was something lovely kind of
mm,
behind me. And I turned, and it is this beautiful lady that we are getting to spend precious time with. And I, in my normal style, said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And she was, "Oh, no, no. I'm just listening to you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." She was there to buy mushrooms too. We were both buying lion's mane mushroom, and I recall numbers pretty easily. And
mhm.
mine was 1 pound, 1 ounce, and so was hers. If that's not strange, I don't know. Um, that led us to pleasant conversation. We stepped away from the line, obviously, and you know, very, very long story short, asked her if there was a way that I could communicate with her, and she gave me her card. Normally, I do not stick things in my bra, but I took her card, and for some reason, I slipped it in my bra. I didn't want to lose it, I guess. And I get home and I put her card on the counter, and I just keep walking by. And when you pray for something to come in your path, and you pick up a card, and it has angel symbols and angelic, beautiful clouds on it, you recognize that it was heaven sent.
Mm.
And that was I had to find her. And I looked her up, and I figured out that she was doing an online what we're doing now. And I didn't know any of the terminologies. I had no idea what she was talking about most of the time, and it didn't matter. I felt like if I gained one thing a day from doing her study, that I was going to be a better person for it. And thank God, because day 3 was the awakening. I literally I sent her a message and I said, I went outside and I feel like I'm laying on my back looking at the sun. I don't know if you remember that, Lacey, but
Huh?
I literally was like, whoa, I can breathe. Ah. Yeah, I'm not exaggerating. I had pep in my step. The sun felt like, and it was her prayers, it was her meditations that helped open up the doors to light. And I literally felt the sun coming through my head and down my body and connecting to Gaia, which I had not ever done before. And it just takes a slight opening of that window um to catch that breath. And it was an amazing journey. And so, so yesterday was day 3 of our study. And so it's like my awake versary, if you want to call it. But in this last year, we have gone on a number of journeys. And I didn't do the New Earth Ascension Academy, and I kind of regret that I didn't, but the timing, I guess, wasn't right. It wasn't right. But we've done retreats that were amazing. I
She
did
did.
Reiki.
She did. Well, first of all, I want to talk about that retreat experience really quick. So I honestly, I felt the retreat was for her. And I was doing a wild woman, like women reclaiming wild woman retreat local here in Houston. And Bonnie, I mean, she came ready to do to participate, ready to be a part of it with so much courage and bravery too, because she, there was still these feelings of uncertainty and I don't know, and these girls are maybe a little younger than I am, and it's camping, and but still yet knowing that she loves camping, so she wasn't resistant to that. but so we got there, and this woman like reclaimed her roar. Like she found, when you talked about the woman or when she was saying like, which is why I love you shared that, right? Where she's very careful. She's very cautious. She just wants to make sure everyone's happy and everyone's good. Which I understand, a little bit of people pleasing in there, which is okay. It's who you be. You're just so caring and compassionate and loving. It's natural. And this woman, so she's felt my energy, and she's like, oh no, I don't want to be in somebody's way. This woman found her roar at that event. She found her roar at this women's retreat. She was out there screaming and yelling and emoting, and the lion just became this beautiful totem, this beautiful spirit animal for her. And we think of the lion, we think of, the king and queen of the jungle, this courage, this bravery, this strength that I really, man, my love, you have embodied that so profoundly over the remainder of this year. And I really, and I wasn't saying like the lack of sparkle versus the sparkle that I can feel a visceral difference in the way you show up in the world. And it's just so beautiful. And then she did continue on. She did do the angelic Reiki training. And so, yeah, I'm curious to hear a little about, your experience with that and how that felt for those that are here that might be curious about that modality.
Absolutely.
In a modality, you guys, so much more. I don't even like calling it that.
I know. Well,
divine birthright,
something. I don't know. I know that I've tried to not go forward in fear, but in knowing that it can't be bad if it brought out so much good. And I have so much to give, and I don't know how to give it. Where do you let all of that love out? Apparently, I'm supposed to share. And when I found out she was doing Reiki, I was like, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know, but it can't be bad. I mean, there's angels involved, and I don't know any of the terminologies, and I'll learn about the angelic realm. And it's Lacey, and I'm happy just being beside her. And it was phenomenal. I can tell you, Alondra was there.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Alondra, when she, Lacey was explaining that we get to perform Reiki and also receive Reiki. And my prayer going into each of these was to know what it looks like to receive. And not that I've been denied many things, but I'm a giver. And sometimes you need to know how to receive to know how to give. And I wanted to know what it looked like. And Alondra's beautiful healing angel appeared in front of me during our session and shook her finger and said, oh, no, you are not here to suffer. And that was my vision. And as soon as we stopped our session, and Alondra can vouch for this, I said, where's paper? Where is a piece of paper? And she's like, why? I'm like, I need paper now. And I had to draw the image of her healing angel. And I am not making this up. I have no reason to make it up. But Alondra stops in her tracks. She goes, wait right there. And she went and got her notebook. And she opens up her notebook. And we had drawn the same image of this healing angel that she had seen the day before. If that's not divine, I don't know what is. And so that is just but one example of our experiences. And one of my other methods of learning how to receive, I literally was a lion walking through this hot savannah searching for water. And this is all very imaginary in my mind, this creation. Um, the whole experience, it started raining on me. And I was learning to receive in the form of the rain. And all of those things may sound outlandish and so forth, but
Not to this group, my love.
okay,
Not to
well,
this group.
I know, I know. However, it
They're
was
like,
so,
what do you mean? I am an actual lion, not in your
oh, I know.
mind.
Well,
Like
hey,
it's
now
real.
I know I am too.
Yeah, exactly.
And apparently I walk around with a buffalo to my right. And I'm pretty sure that Alondra's experience with myself was that she touched noses with my buffalo. And it's like we all had the boop. Yes, we had these bonding experiences that really are indescribable, but they were really a melding of souls, and a true connection with light. And when you come home from things like that and you walk into, um, my husband's very receptive, but when you come home telling stories like that and he doesn't know, he's just being loving. And he's like, okay, okay, honey, that's great. That's wonderful. But all he knew was that I was happy. And as long as I am exposing myself to those good, pure, wonderful things, it has created so many avenues to, um, I don't want to say heal or fix, um, reveal traumas that have been a part of me for a good reason. And it's for this transformation because I feel like that pendulum swing of uncertainty, of pain, of whatever trauma made me unsettled, that opposite swing has completely changed to powerful love and light. And it's like, what do you do with it when you get it? It's just, Lacey and I spoke this morning and I told her, I said, after Jonathan's meditation,
I was
after
gonna
Jonathan's,
I was gonna pull this out of you if you weren't gonna say it. So I'm like, all right, tell everybody here what's
what?
next for you. Tell
Oh,
everyone here
next.
what is next for you, my love. What did Jonathan's meditation yesterday reveal to you?
Okay. So, I received a number of downloads, and it was very interesting because, Jonathan, if you weren't on the call, you need to go back and watch the recording, obviously, because Jonathan walked us through a meditation that you went outside of a window and you were stepping into this better vehicle and all of these things. Well, apparently this girl got out the window and went trucking around the universe last night. And I came back. Sorry, that might sound a little crazy, but
No, it sounds awesome. I love it.
okay. Well,
Her and I
anyway,
were traveling. We were traveling all over the place last night.
I went there. I saw that, and apparently I left the window open. I don't know, but I woke up this morning with this crazy energy, and I I got dressed like I was going somewhere. I found jewelry that I hadn't worn in a while. I did my hair, I put on makeup, and I'm not going anywhere today but this. And 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 I get this message. Apparently I'm an escape artist. And I think that was reference to the window. Apparently I'm supposed to go out that pretty often or leave it open at night. I don't know. But escaping in the form of healing and sound and coming into harmony with earth. And those are going to be my words, harmony, earth. And because I've been creating like musical things actually while we were on the call, y'all are seeing me over here piddling with stuff and I'm making things. And and they are sounds from earth, and they're literally shells that I have put together and made spiritual rattles out of, for sound healing. And and that is my download, that I am supposed to speak those things because eventually that's going to happen. And and it makes me feel full and alive, and that if I can sprinkle a little bit of this glitter that is just pouring from my soul on anyone, then I'm doing the whole situation justice and serving. And I can't be more grateful for any trauma that I have been through, because it was for a purpose to help somebody else who has gone through that or worse. If I can be a light, I'm in. I'm in. I'm doing soul alchemy. It's going to work out. I have no idea how, but I'm going to.
She's
And
in. She's
I'm
in,
in.
Ursula.
Are you kidding? I'm in. I'm
I mean,
in.
my love, first of all, celebrating your full body, yes. But more than that, I feel like this is the perfect time. You've
Yeah.
just received, right? Like this
Yeah.
is what I meant to do this. I meant to share
Yeah.
this. I meant to incorporate energy work and my rattles and healing and serve and support others. You're now
Oh,
receiving this download, this exciting, this
oh
inspiration.
yeah.
Beautiful. But guess what?
Absolutely.
Simultaneously, like we know that the moment that you claim this, that there's going
Yeah.
to be all the stuff that says, nope, nope, you can't have that. You can't be that. You can't do that. You're not enough, is going to surface. And what better, right? And we wanted to. We wanted
Yeah.
to. It's like, come
Yeah.
on. Come on. How can I love you even more? Show me where I'm still in separation. Show me where I'm still forgetting to love myself. And how
I am enough.
you are enough.
I am enough.
You are enough. My
In
love.
fact, I'm kind of overflowing. I might need to share.
And that's exactly what I hear that is being how you're being called forward. That you've
Yeah.
got this overflow. You've figured out how to regulate your nervous system, how to seal the holes in your own cup. So now as the light pours into you, you are holding it and you've been able to fill your cup. And now you've got that overflow. And now you want to be of service and to serve and support others. And I just think that's incredible. And I'm just really excited because I always knew this was coming. I always knew this was coming. You were never a spiritual new me. You were an ancient soul. We know each other. We've known each other. Many lives do we weave in so much love. And I'm just really excited that you're a soulful yes to being a part of Soul Alchemy, because
Oh, yes.
what I know to be true is that throughout those 8 weeks, not only, again, we're all going to be different people on the other side, myself included, because I'm right there in it with you. But again, the intention, it's just so magical that the intention dropped in, right? The new vision is dropping in, the
Yes.
download, the way of service. It's like, okay, I have all of this now. What do I do with it? And I think so many people can relate to that. They're like,
Yeah.
I've been doing this work and I want to serve and support others. I just don't know how. Maybe you're in the I don't know how still, and that's okay. You do, right?
You don't
That's
have
okay.
to know how. You don't have to know
Step
how.
by step, one foot in front of the other.
And I say bring it on, because I
Bring
mean,
it on.
I've already done the 1 and 2, but I want to do the 1 and 2 again. And I really want all these people that are here to come on too, because what can you share? I know what I can share, but Alondra and I connection, you know, I, I want all of them. I want to witness some more. I want to see some more.
Yeah. And it's such glorious. It's a glorious experience. It's a glorious time
It
to
is.
connect with each other. And even beyond that, if you're somebody that is already trained in other forms of Reiki, I have trained many different people who have certifications in lots of different energy healing modalities. And I'm always blown away at their experience with this particular one, and how well, like everyone always says it's easier and more powerful. And I'm like, what do we want other than that? Efficiency and effectiveness. I don't know about you guys, but I've got a lot of masculine energy and I love efficiency and I love effectiveness, which is why I have studied the art of transformation and I have taken all the modalities out there. And I'm like, which ones really work and work fast and effective for
Yeah.
everybody?
Yeah.
and we're going to be fine tuning our psychic skills. So like you now it's like, okay, now you're showing you have this call to show up in service. And you're like, how can I now incorporate sound healing and the energy work that I've learned and I've gotten to do for myself? How can I support others? Alondra had her very first Reiki session yesterday. Like it is like the most, I feel like the best friend in your corner that is like, yes, look at you guys stepping into your power. Look at you stepping into your light, looking at you be brave, it's just amazing. And I really witnessing you in this last year and the relationship that we have and growing closer and closer and closer. I'm just so incredibly grateful for you, my love. I actually do believe I feel the lives where you're my mama. Like you feel
Good.
like my mom. You're my earth
Good.
mama. Like
Good.
you're my galactic cosmic mama. And
I'll take it.
You are. And I feel that the mothering energy that you hold and you carry and it's just really beautiful. And so it really is an honor to be walking this path with you, because the amount of power that you hold and carry within you, and to get to witness you really stepping into it and embracing it, and getting that roar, that lion, that courage. It's been a blessing to witness. It really has. And then to even I invited her on here. And of course, you guys, we all have fear of being seen by others, right? Like it's normal to be a little bit afraid of, okay, what am I going to say? Am I going to say something, that's why I really loved the invitation to bring you on here, because my love, you're meant to be seen. Your story, you're meant to be heard, and you have so much wisdom within you. And so I'm really excited to play whatever part that I get to play in your journey. And I will be here in your corner till our last breath on this life and beyond. And I'm just really grateful.
You're not in the corner.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
You're kind of beside me.
That's perfect. Side by side. I love it. And that's how I see this, right? We're all standing side by side. That's why the circle is such a powerful, I mean, they're powerful because we're all equal.
Yeah.
We're all equal. We're all walking each other home. Every one of you has expertise and wisdom that's going to get to be showcased in this container. There's no, one person in charge or a particular mentor. We're all mentoring each other. We're all guiding each other. The wealth of wisdom that each of you have, learn from you guys. I'm here to learn from you guys. So yeah, the beautiful constellation of souls that are going to come together and embark upon this journey. Again, a beautiful constellation like you experienced with Alondra. Like there's soul family connections are going to be made within this container, lifelong friendships. So Bonnie, I love you. I love you so much. And I'm really excited. I want to purchase a rattle. Are you going to sell them? I want a rattle.
I am eventually.
Okay. I don't know. I just had this really they were like, I just heard you need one of Bonnie's rattles. I was like, okay. So I need one of your rattles. I don't know.
Yeah. Eventually that's going to happen. I'm not sure when yet, but it's going to happen. And, I've been on Etsy as Barefoot Texas, and now I'm going to be on Etsy as Harmony Earth. It hasn't been created yet, but it will be. So, if I can share, I want to share, but most importantly, I want to be able to share that in person with people. Yeah. And it's so important to connect to our earth, and just leave that window open. Leave it open and escape.
I love it. Thank you, darling. I so appreciate you coming on here and sharing your words. I know it was just like a spur of the moment. I was like, I heard again in there doing my hair, and I heard reach out to Bonnie, and you already knew. You were already ready. I didn't know it. We talked telepathically. You guys, I want to just drop like a little secret, and most of you may know this. Our telepathic psychic skills are actually not in here. They're in here. Yeah. We are psychically connected through the frequency and field of love. Yeah. And the more that you love somebody, the more you're able to support them, the more that you're able to help them and become this just beautiful, clear conduit and channel. And the more you love somebody, the more connected telepathically and psychically you become. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but the veil has thinned tremendously over the past few weeks. And I mean, psychic communication is a day-to-day thing for me right now.
Wow.
It is a day-to-day thing. I am so like every day I will message somebody or somebody will message me right when we're thinking about each other, or we'll share the exact same thing. Every day I have some sort of really fun psychic experience.
Well, you told me to get ready this morning. So
I did.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
She was ready. She put on her clothes, put on new jewelry. She had no idea. And then I reached out and I was like, hey, you want to come on camera? She's like, well, I'm already ready for it. So
Sure.
let's do it. Thank you so much, my love.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Sweet souls. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for allowing Bonnie to share her story, because I actually, yes, I'm going to be real. The somatic healing experiences, yeah, they're beautiful. And yeah, it's nice to move through that energy, but so much of what is happening right now, getting to hear Bonnie speak, getting to witness yourself in Bonnie, getting to hear what's possible for you, getting to tap in. I mean, we had a lot of emotion and tears already on the call. I got to connect with some of them have already left, but like there was lots of emotion already on the call and energy being moved. And we didn't even have to do anything. Simply by being here is and can be enough. So you guys are amazing. I want everybody, if we can, before we move into the container, let's just send Steven. Steven has been kind of, seems like he's navigating something in the chat. And so I just want us all, if we can, just to move into our hearts and just like a Care Bear beam our brother Steven Elk here some love. Let's beam some love. We see you, Steven. We hear you. Whatever you're going through, whatever you're navigating, dear brother, we just want you to know that you are loved and you are held and you are safe. So just hoping and praying that you feel that in this now moment, that you just feel the love, the Care Bear, sparkly energy that we're all sharing with you now. Just allowing that to be fully received. And in giving, we also receive. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Just giving Steven that love for what he's navigating over there. Awesome, you guys. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your grace. And thank you for your willingness to stay on. For those that have left, the floaters are going to come back and catch the replay. You guys, I'm going to perhaps eventually commit to the full 2 hours or two and a half sometimes. So let's do this. Let's undergo. Let's do the practice. Let's move even more energy than what we've moved here today. I'm going to share some music because without words, we're going to do music without words. Here we go. And this is the 15D Aura Repair Chamber from Earth Star Academy. It's in our I Am Activation playlist, and it's really beautiful. So I listen to this all the time, just at home alone. I'm going to share screen so you can hear it. Oh, maybe it already is. Nope. Okay. All right. I invite you all to gently close down your eyes, bringing your attention, bring your awareness into your heart. We're tuning into the belief, the affirmation, the source codex, the truth that you are already perfect, whole, and healed. We already tuned into how true that felt for you before. And so just out of a curiosity, you can say it out loud if that feels good. I am perfect, whole, and healed. Just feeling into any part of you that might feel in resistance to that. First, feeling into the sensations in your body. Do you feel any tightness? Is there anywhere in your body that you feel resistance? Just feeling into what part of you might be in resistance. What part of you says, I'm not perfect. I'm deeply flawed. What part of you says, I'm not complete? I invite you to tune into the emotions, the emotion of judgment, judging yourself, judging another, that I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not capable enough. I'm not brave enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not enough. I invite you to go ahead and let's start tapping. You can tap on the side of the hand, the chest, the head, and breathe and move through this energy. And we're going to invite this energy from a place of love and compassion and full and total acceptance and grace. All of the resistance, all of the parts of us that say, I'm not enough. We're going to tap on it. And we're going to decharge our nervous system's response. I'm not enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not brave enough. I'm not courageous enough. That inner critic, that inner child, that inner little inside of you that was told she's not enough. Tapping into the part of you that says, I'm not worthy. That says, I am not worthy. I am worthless. I am less than. I am wrong. I am bad. I am flawed. I am broken. Just breathing and moving and tapping and holding so much love and compassion. Allowing your higher self to hold and reparent and reminding all of you that you are safe. You are safe here to fully feel what is coming up for you around this. What part of you believes that you are incomplete? You need something outside of you to feel whole? What part of you feels like there's something missing within you? What part of you feels like there's something missing outside of you? Again, tapping, moving, breathing. What part of you believes that you're not worthy of healing? Is there part of you that believes that you are permanently damaged or broken? Is there a part of you that feels like you are limited by your personality, limited by your body, limited by the way you look, limited by who you are? Breathing, moving, tapping, feeling, holding radical, unconditional love, support, and acceptance for everything that's coming up for you right now. They're a part of you that feels like you are permanently damaged or broken by the experiences that you've had. There's no going back. That you're never going to be whole or healed again. Is there a part of you that doesn't feel worthy or worthless, that doesn't feel like you deserve the life that you want? Part of you that doesn't feel like you deserve love or happiness or fulfillment, or that you're not capable of creating that for yourself. Again, tapping, moving, breathing. And then now we're just going to sit with what's there for you personally right now. Is there anything else coming up for you? Is there any parts, emotional wounds, feelings of judgment, unworthiness, not enoughness, separation, anger, doubt, sadness? Maybe you're angry. Maybe you're feeling so sad that you have judged yourself so harshly. Breathing, moving, tapping, listening, feeling in the body. Healing is in and through the body. And now we're going to embody these reframed power statements, the truth of who you be. And I invite you to say these out loud. There's nothing I need to hide, fix, or prove. I am not broken. I am perfectly imperfect. I am pure, radiant, and divinely perfect as I am. I'm an embodiment of divine perfection. I am free from the illusion of brokenness. I am free from the illusion of not enoughness. I am a unique fractal of the divine. I am one with God and all that is. I am whole and perfect. I am complete within myself. I need nothing outside of me. Because I am one with the source of everything. I already have everything that I need. I am everything that I need. I am perfect, whole, and healed. And go ahead and stop your tapping. Your eyes closed, just noticing the shifts in your body, noticing what came up for you, noticing if there were any limiting beliefs that felt really strong for you. And now I invite you to say out loud, I am perfect, whole, and healed. Just notice how true it feels to you this time. Noticing if there might be any resistance left over, and that's okay. That's expected. And we close this practice in full and total love and appreciation and gratitude, welcoming anything else within each of us that is still in separation to lovingly rise to the surface, to be held and loved and alchemized in love. We ask the divine, God, source, creator, and our divine team enlightened spirit to aid and assist and support us in the coming hours, minutes, and days. To even further embody the truth of who we be as limitless divine beings. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Blessed be. Whew. Whenever you guys are ready, coming back into the space and opening your eyes. How was that? How was that? That felt really yummy to me. I hope it felt as good for each one of you as it did for me. This entire call has just been a giant prayer, a beautiful prayer woven by each one of us. And I'm just really grateful for this container, this group, all of you beautiful earth angels. And it's an honor to be able to serve, support you, and just create this space. And I don't believe that I created it. I believed we created it, just like I believed we created that program offering for anyone who feels called to being a part of it. We created it together in service to all of us. Emily says, I felt a bit nauseous, yet I know that their movement of energy. Yes. Yeah. All the ways in which we release, right? Nausea is it's almost like this wanting to like, bleh, get rid of it, bleh, out. All right, beloveds, because we went so over today, and we got to listen to Bonnie. We're not going to open circle today, just because of time, but we will definitely do circle again tomorrow, and we'll be back here this afternoon. Let me pull that up so you know who we'll be meeting with. I'm really excited about this afternoon. Well, one, my spiritual grandfather is speaking, Tom T. Moore, and he's incredible. I call him my spiritual grandpa. I even told him that. You guys are we're spiritual family, right? He is, I think, in his 70s, and he is just the sweetest, kindest, most wonderful being. And he is a telepath. He telepathically communicates to Gaia, to the animals, to interdimensional star family. He's got books out there called First Contact. He's got a newsletter where he talks all about the where you can even write into the newsletter, and he talks about the Divine Earth Experiment. You can ask questions. He talks about Jesus, Yeshua, and the real story of that. I mean, it's a wealth of stuff, but he also has this prayer method called the Most Benevolent Prayer Method. And that particular method, he's going to be sharing a little bit with us today. And that prayer method, I still use every day. It changed my life. And he's just the sweetest man. And he's actually way more galactic and interesting than you guys could ever imagine. I feel it's okay for me to say this. He is going to be taken on a Sirian starship within the next year to record a documentary about our humanity's original history. And it's the initiation of First Contact, Open Contact. So he is actively engaged with Open Contact and actively supporting Open Contact, and will be supporting us further with Open Contact. And I got full body chills. And and I mean, they're going to be studying his body of work long after he's left the planet, because that's how profound, and people haven't even tapped into it, especially once this documentary comes out, and it's going to be really fascinating. So yeah, Open Contact, meaning we're going to be in communication and direct communication with our interdimensional extraterrestrial star family. We are being enfolded into the cosmic family, and finally humanity's reached a level of consciousness where we can engage with them. So that's Tom is going to be speaking. And then the second speaker we have is Dr. Summer Nicole. She is a TEDx speaker. She's pretty incredible. And she has created the somatic reparenting method. So it is a method of meditation and using somatic tools to do exactly what we're doing. I would be wrong to say that her work didn't inspire some of what we're doing here today. And that's what we do. We take the things that work and we bring it together in one system. And so her somatic reparenting method is incredible. She is incredible. She's the one that I learned around, again, healing is in and through the nervous system. She's the one that introduced me to Dr. Stephen Porges' body of work. So she was the catalyst for me really going in depth in somatics, meaning the body, healing in and through the body. So she's going to be coming on after Tom. So I'm just so thrilled to bring both of them to you guys. Their body of work has been amazing, and they're just really beautiful beings. So Steve Nobel is not tomorrow. Steve is going to be next week. And I'm really excited about Steve. You guys, I listened to Steve's meditations. Still, this morning I was listening to his meditation to get my energy aligned. So yeah. Let me see when Steve is. Steve is Monday. Steve is Monday. Monday's going to be a really good day. We've got Steve and then we've got Solara Rose right after. And they're both they're both full-blown transmissions. When you hear them both speak, it's really quite, thank you, Alondra. It's really quite incredible. Alondra just dropped the graphic calendar in the chat so you can see exactly what we've got left. So Steve, and then Tuesday, we've got another two. Everybody. All I can do is speak the world of every single person that has agreed to be a part of this. Tomorrow, we've got Edgar and Gladius. Gladius is, both of them, every one of them. So awesome. I look forward to seeing you guys back here this afternoon, 4:00 Central Time, my time from here in Houston, for Tom and Dr. Summer Nicole. And if not, I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Day 5 is I Am Infinite Love. So we're going to go deep into love. And it's funny because I went out of order this year. Normally love comes third in the lineup, but I moved it to Friday because it was going to be around Valentine's Day. And then I pushed the event even further because Spirit told me that it needed to be in this particular portal of energy. You guys, we're in the middle of a really powerful transformational portal of shadow work. And I didn't know that, but Spirit was like, nope, it's got to be these days. I said, okay, led and guided by Spirit. So we moved it. So yeah, normally love is earlier on in the week, but I trust that Friday, we're just going to all embody yummy love and then just float out into the world over the weekend, being beacons of love for everybody that we encounter. So tomorrow we'll work with infinite love. And yeah, that's all I got. Before we leave though, Amy, I just want to check in on you. How are you doing, my love? You doing good over there? You can type or you don't have to unmute. I just wanted to make sure you're doing all right. You were moving a lot and processing a lot, my love, and I could feel it. I could see it. And I just want to make sure that you feel.
I let myself feel, and then the other part of my brain is kicking in. Oh, can't feel that, and I'll distract myself. So I was just distracting. I'm just kind of in a confused place.
Yeah.
And I had heavy programming around shame and I'm just bringing more love to that than I ever have in my life.
Oh, Angel. I can totally understand that too. Like sometimes the emotion feels so intense that it feels too much, and then we start to disassociate because it's like, okay, I don't know if I can handle this. So, oh, darling, I'm tapping can help and bringing us back into the body. I would recommend
that the crying.
Yeah, and honestly, that's probably what you need first anyways. Do that first. Don't try to, let yourself feel the full emotions of what you're processing. And then on the other side of that, then it's like, okay, coming back into the body, grounding back into the now moment. Oh, love. I can imagine most of us can relate them, shame, the all-pervading energy of shame. Uh, Are you feeling you look you I witnessed you feel a lot better already. Do you look a lot better too? Are you feeling better now?
Yeah,
A little
yeah.
bit, a little bit.
I I feel like something's happening. So I'm so grateful for these sessions, and
Yeah, darling.
today aligned somehow that I could sit and do the full session. So I surrendered to participating. Thank you.
Oh, Angel, I'm so glad that it worked out for you to be able to be here. And may we send you some love too. May we send you and wrap you in some loving energy. Yeah, everybody, thank you all for witnessing Amy right now in a safe space and letting her be heard and seen and witnessed by eyes that love her and just see her as the unlimited, perfect, divine being that you already are. And we're all going to Care Bear, boom, beam you with our love. And just, I invite everyone to just witness her in her perfection and in her divinity, and honestly, in your vulnerability too. Thank you so much for being vulnerable and allowing yourself to fully feel. Yeah.
It's it felt like it's ready to open. So
Yeah.
it's what I'm tired of letting that, have power over me, the negative voice.
Yeah.
I
Oh, my
love
love.
it.
Oh, well, the more I really do feel, the more that you find yourself in safe spaces like this that give you an opportunity to speak and share what you're going through. And then you just have a bunch of loving beings that just see you in so much love, that the shame dissipates. It really does. When we get to tell our stories, when we get to speak out loud, even the inner critic, the part of us that sits there in judgment and negative self talk and just wants to beat us down, when we even speak those words out loud, and I recommend calling in, beautiful, protective, loving energy so you feel safe enough to speak them out loud. But then, even when we speak those out loud, it can be so healing and cathartic. And again, for me, I tap or move. If I'm going to be speaking out loud, I'm going to be jumping or I'm going to be tapping. I'm going to be helping that energy move in some way so that I'm not just speaking it or yelling it. Yeah. So, um, yeah. Hmm. Hmm. You are ready and it is moving. You're ready and it is moving out. It's on its way out. That's why it's coming up. And I'm excited to continue seeing you in the coming days. And my prayer is that you find some space to maybe go outside and ground, maybe scream if you want to scream, or cry some more if you want to cry, just letting yourself whatever you want to feel. And I'm so grateful that you're here. I really am.
Thank, thank you, Lacey, and
You're so welcome.
thank you, everybody, for showing love. I love all of you.
Amy, we love you, darling. We love you so much. We love you exactly as you are. And honestly, you look beautiful right now. Can I just say that? Like, you genuinely look so beautiful right now. There's so much beauty in your tears. There's so much beauty in your vulnerability. There's so much beauty in you even saying, like, yeah, I'm processing some shame. So you look beautiful. You are beautiful. And again, thank you so much for being here. I love you.
I love you. Thank you.
You're welcome, darling.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. All right, beloveds. On that note, mwah, we'll see you back here soon. Bye, Amy. Mwah. Bye, Bonnie. Bye, Alondra. I love you guys. Bye, Arno. Bye, Claudia. Stephen, Aurora, Heather, Al, Fun, Lisa. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye, Amy.
Bye. Thank
You're
you.
welcome, Angel.